For our constitution, lawlessness in the legislature, with the presidency turning a blind eye, even when the sacred hall of our democracy go up in flames. Security forces brutalizing peaceful citizens, while millions are being spent on so-called operations that offer no protection to ordinary Liberians. They said we were the problem, but now the Liberian people can see for themselves. The real problem is the unity party that is now in power. The time has come to speak the truth without fear. This government is failing and Liberia is paying the price. But citizens, let us not lose hope. Even the longest night must give way to daylight. Even the strongest storm must pass. We are still standing and we are still strong. We will not give up on Liberia. We will not give up on our people. And we will never give up on CDC. We are the party of the slums and the city. We are the voice of the voiceless. We are the protectors of the poor and the defender of their dreams. From New Cruton to Pinsville, from Buchanan to Bond Mines, from Sunny Quarter to Southtown, the CDC remains in the hearts of the people. This rally is a clear sign. We are reorganizing, we are preparing, we are coming back. I say to you, we are coming back. But in order to do that, we must build a strong, together we must fortify the one institution that can correct the failure of the Buaka administration. And that institution is the mighty Coalition for Democratic Change. This is why I call on all of you today, not just to believe, but to act. Not just to hope, but to build. Let us invest in the movement that has invested in you. Let us pay our due so that the party remains financially and politically prepared. Your dues are more than money. They are a seed of commitment, a pledge of loyalty, and a symbol of hope. I am so proud to launch this due payment campaign today because it means that you, the grassroots, you, the real owner of this party, are ready to step forward, take charge, and prepare for the future. As your political leader, I promise you this: we will not rest, we will not retreat, we will organize, mobilize, and energize until we reclaim the leadership of Liberia. But let us do it the CDC way, peacefully, lawfully, strategically, and respectfully. Because when our time comes, and aid will come, believe me, we must be ready not just to win, but to govern better. We must correct the wrongs, improve the system, and restore the dignity of the Liberian people. So let us unite, let us rise, let us believe, and let us build. And to all our young people, I say, stay focused, stay clean, stay strong. To our women, you are the backbone of this movement. Keep rising. To our elders, your wisdom is still needed. Stay with us. And to our opponent, we see your failure and we are coming to face it. Again, as the great Nelson Mandela said in a quote, It always seems impossible until it is done. Unquote. The party is alive, strong and mighty. The revolution shall continue. A belief we will uphold to death. The future is not behind us. The future is still ahead. And together we will get there. And so I want to close with this advice. Wait well.
All of you, wherever you are, it's great joining us again this evening. And we are right here together to do what we can for our country. And we are forever grateful to the Almighty God for everything He continues to do for us. And we have tried our best as a people, and we'll continue to try, because that's just all we can do, to be great. First of all, grateful to the Almighty God, acknowledge His presence in our lives, and so that we can know that without God, we are nobody. So we have to be grateful and to God Almighty for everything. And we are so excited that we are here together again. I know all of us may not be as fine as we ought to be, but the fact of the matter is we've got life, and we are beaming with life, and some with good health. And I think with all the things that are happening now, we all can just sit and live with it. All right, we all can just sit and live with it. And Liberians, I hate to say this, but we are inactive citizens. And so, citizenship is driven by action. Citizenship is driven by action. It's not driven by words. It's driven by actions. So that's why it's often said that action speaks louder, or action speaks more than words. But in Liberia, we are not actionable citizens. We are worded citizens. So we just talk, but we can't do. Action is in doing, and talking is just in saying. So those are some of the things that you got to look at yourself and see where you are getting as a people, And I hate for people. That is why you see people say, oh, AB, then they're very stubborn. No, I'm not stubborn. The idea is, I just hate for people to think that they can do anything to put fear in me. Never carry that belief. Never think you can do anything to put fear in me. I will never make you to live with that belief. I will never make you to believe that belief. I will never make you to ever think that indeed that is workable. All in all is I will fight back. And that's just what it is. And that's just what it ought to be. So if you think you will do whatever it is, you are never going to beat me down. Because before I get into what I'm getting into, I think about the consequences. I know that you are going to hit at me to make me to look small. No problem. I'm prepared for that. In as much as I'm doing it for the right reason and my conscience is clear that I'm doing it, you won't do anything of your business. I know that obviously you may want to turn me down because you think I'm doing this. I accept it. I'm prepared for that. I know you will want to color speech for me because you think of what I'm doing. Yes, I accept it already. So that's what it is. So you see, most often when we see it ourselves, especially as Liberians, there are times that we got to move. Yeah, there are times that we got to move. And one thing about action is that I just saw one of my students, noisy students, saying that Liberian people, they have action and it's bad. It's about when you use the action. Because actions are necessary and they got to be timely. Yeah. Your actions can be belated. Even you may have actions in you or what, you may be somebody who's actionable, but the fact of the matter is it shouldn't be belated. Before people ask it, but the damage is already done before you are taking this action. In fact, in other contexts of law, this is where you will hear or party pleading, you suffer waiver and laches. Let's say, for instance, most of you, just for education purpose, most of you, the new labor law, and I 14.9 of the new labor law, it states clearly that whenever you are dismissed or whatever it is that happened to you at labor side or so forth, you have a complaint to file with the labor ministry within what? 3 years, right? So they are telling you that you have a complaint to file with the labor ministry within what? 3 years. As of the time that action, your right accrued. As of the time you receive that dismissal letter. As of the time. So your right accrued from right there, right? So that is what we call the statute of limitation. They don't just open it up that anytime you can go there. There are certain issues, there are certain actions that don't carry statute of limitation, I'll tell you that. But on the issue of labor, let's understand labor-related issue. And one of our students just came to me recently. They were affected by our company since I think 2022 or something like that. Yeah, I think 2022 or something. So he came, and of course, when you talk about the time, the first thing as a lawyer, you ask yourself question: when did they sack you? You know what, Karina complained anywhere, no labor ministry, nothing, no labor office. Everyone said, So I said, bring the letter, let me see it. So you bring the letter to me, and look at the year, I start calculating to know whether we can still take action. So it doesn't mean we'll not take action, but the time that we're taking the action is no longer acceptable. So when your action should fall within a specific time that will still make it right, so that you still benefit from it. If the action is not taken within that time frame, then you suffer waiver. It's intentional and deliberate waiver. That's what the law says. So there are specific times that you got to do certain things, especially when you want to save certain things. You don't just leave it open. Yeah, you don't just. So we as Liberians, we understand that we are Liberians. Yes, we'll do whatever it is. We want to take our time. No, but your time taking does not help you. Sometimes you take time, you take the action now. Whatever is done is done. The damage already done. And you don't want for that damage to be done too much. So how do you got to go into confrontations? Sometimes confrontations may be looked at in a negative context and saying that, look, you're going to confront this person, you're going to do this. No, that's not what it's all about, but you got to confront the person. Especially when somebody is accountable to you for what they have done, you got to confront them. Sitting back and gossiping about them and acting like you're afraid of them, it does not really connect. It doesn't really make it does not really hold. So you have to confront them, and that's what makes it very, very strong. I know there are times that people will be resisting, and some people, what they do to make you scared is they use the scare tactics. They fear tactics. They put fear in you so that they will lead you by that. That's what they do. So they put fear in you. There are bosses who will come hold it. They don't want for you to even ask them for anything. So they get tired of the pie around. Nothing, you'll be scared. So your own right for you to what they call you scared, whatever it is, no, but right? So that's what it is. And you have to stand very strong. Liberians, we got to wake up. We have to really, 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 really wake up. Look at this entire day. We are going to Christmas. Today is the 25th. So nearly, in fact, not nearly, but a month from now will be Christmas. At a time like this, we start feeling the pinch of it. Right? But things are not okay. So a friend of mine, myself, were just driving together to the world. He was riding alongside. So he said, I said, the country is very tough. He said, yeah, the country is tough. Even we are here, I said, no. Normally, when I want to measure how tough the country is, I don't measure it by those of you at the top. I measure the toughness of the country by going to those people who are down, who always receive from the top. If they can't get it from the top, then the country is very tough. Because it is you who will give to them before they get it. So once I can see people who are down, they don't have it, they can't get it, that means someone is not giving it to them. Right? So let's understand, Abraham, when I'm employed and I'm getting good money from the government or so forth here and there, who you think will feel the impact of me working? The communities. I'm going to go buy mosquito coil. I'm going to go buy Canada. I'm going there. My children going there. All my children leaving. They're going to go buy small thing, and the community feels the impact of the work that I do. Right? So that money trickles down to them. They are not working. They are not involved with it. They are not getting the money. But the only way they can get the money except I get the money. So if it gets tough for me, it equally has a trickle down effect on them. Negatively, it will impact them. So that's why you see most businesses are collapsing, and people are still trying to wake up, wake up again and say, oh yes, we'll still have to do another business again. We're trying our best. So you'll see everyone else trying each and every time. It rise and fall, rise and fall, rise and fall. Business is tough. All businesses are very tough. Things are challenging. And you can see that it's not that easy. Everyone else wants to go into business now because of the only area. But if every one of us go into business, how do people buy from us? Somebody should be a buyer. Somebody should be a seller. Not every one of us, because in fact, it's not bad for all of us to go into marketing, but it's challenging to uphold such a market where you don't have buyers. All of us can go into marketing. If we have enough buyers, what's the intent of going to marketing? You're going to marketing because there will be buyers. Without buyers, then of course, market is dead. So what's the essence of going to marketing when there's no buyer? So those are some of the things that we as Liberians, when we see it and we feel it and we look at it, we got to ask ourselves questions. Do we sit dumbfounded and see nothing happening at all, and we just sit back and say nothing, take no action, or so forth? Yeah, we can. Yes, we can. Right? Yeah, we can. We can take some actions. Do we have to trust the political actors of the day to take the kind of action that we want to take? You want to ask yourself questions. Forget about the guys who are speaking the BB book, they sit down on radio, and the guys speaking BB book, they're sitting down on radio. You see them whole day, they're talking all kinds of things, and whatever. It doesn't help you. It doesn't put a pinch on your table. You want to hear it, and then you go sit down. You worry about your own situation. This man said this. You sit on top of it. You argue it whole day. And there's nothing that comes from there to benefit your children. They are still out of school. You got to think about it. You got to know what to prioritize. You have to. I don't care how you think about it. Until you can think about yourself and take the action that will benefit you, nobody will take it. The only time, the people you see in the courthouses there, if you don't have a case, you can't go to court. So the only people who go before the law are people who are legitimate and should be able to appear before the law. If you are not legitimate, that's grounds for dismissal of your case. So that saying about Ziggy Fofewa, what for you shall see your face, it does not work like that. If it was so, several persons who have just sat back and saying, the man burying on my land, let me just leave it and close my mouth, or whatever it is, Ziggy Fofewa, what for me shall see my face. No. You got to fight. Not because something is for you, you mean you can't fight for it. You got to fight for it. Your failure, in fact, that even gives you right to fight. That gives you right to even fight, because you must first establish ownership. You must first establish title. You must first establish possession. These are things that give you reason why you should fight. But if you have nothing, no ties or whatever, why fight for what you don't know? So we're sitting down in this country and allowing politicians to take our country from us, manage it the way they can, and will tell them, say, when they finish with any kind of way they give it back to us, we'll hold it. You don't know how they're going to hold it. You don't know what it is. Your years. Are you counting years? Yeah. Look at your age now. And you gave 6 years to somebody to manage anything, any kind of way they want to do it. Ask yourself the question: 6 years adding to your age for the man to manage your whole future, any kind of way he wants to do it. You taking your age going to wait to pause for that moment to say, look, since the man is treating the opponent like this or whatever it is, we'll pause the man age for now until 2029. After that, man, after his 6 years or whatever it is, then we'll remove the pause or we'll unpause it. And then we'll start playing. You get in a higher life looks. You get in a really higher life look. So your life, you think it's on pause? No. The war came in this country and kept us behind for years. 14 years. Our ages were not on pause. We're still growing. We're still moving on. We're still counting. After the 40 years, what happened? We saw ourselves as big people. All people graduating from colleges, we are big. We're big. It is now that you seeing children are now graduating at 18, 16. But right after the war, check the ages of people who were graduating after the war. They were not 16 years old. They were not 18 years old. The people who were graduating during the war, after the war, immediately after the war, what were our ages? The we that were graduating after the war, what were our ages? Because we still needed to catch up. So today you'll see many old people sitting down in universities and things because they are still fighting it. And we have to. There is nothing that can stop that. That now you are seeing the rightful time, the rightful ages are in those classes now, majority of them. So that's why you go to some of the university now, you see children going to university, honor graduate school now, you see children there, small children in honor graduate school now. So you see, that era the war ate up. We have now a bit graduated from it, and the actual ages of people who supposed to be graduating from school at this time, at that age, that the people are now discussing. Those are the kind of ages that you see in America. Those are the kind of ages that you see in. It's not that because it's just a war that kept us behind. If you go in Ghana, you'll see children 18 something and they're doing their masters. Before they read 19, 20 or something, and a PhD they're doing. Because what that affected us and put us on pause is not the same thing that affected them. So now we see our children now, so now the 18 graduating from 12 ray, sometimes 16 graduating from 12 ray. This is why it is. So you can see that at least. So I did that one, it was war. So they agree that in contract, they get something called force majeure. Force majeure is something that is not controlled by other parties. It's just unforeseen circumstances that happens. That's grounds for performance to not take place in a contract. Those are grounds. Force majeure, okay? So force majeure means you are just forced to just do it or whatever it is. Other of the parties cannot be blamed for breach of whatever in terms of what it is, right? So that's one. That one we can call it force majeure. Now, what is the force majeure now that we are experiencing with Joseph Boakai and his government? What is forcing us that we get forced to agree to it? That it is not any of us responsible. Now, you see, this is where it is. So we are sleeping on our rights within the contract that we signed with Joseph Boakai and his people, because all parties, right? All political movements and actions that you see during the course of election, that's contractual relations. Someone is giving an offer. There has to be an acceptance. There has to be considerations. Those are just basic legal principles, just simple things. The man goes to you, he gives an offer. In fact, right after he offered, okay, he gives a proposal, right? He gives a proposal to you in the context of saying, look, I'm looking for a contract. Right? So 2029, before 2029, you'll see them going out to you in the communities and saying, now we are looking for a contract. But there's a job offer that you have given, right? You have the job offer. You are the offerer. They are the offerees. Now, when these offerees come to you, you have the kind of job descriptions that you are giving them for them to go do. And the contract has duration. So all the basic elements as it relates to contractual relation is right there within politics. The contract has duration. It's for 6 years. Some of them 9 years. All right, we agree. So this man comes up and says, look, we understand that it's supposed to be a job offer that you will be giving out on October 10, maybe 2029, right? So I want that job. But several other person want the job, right? But the job here, I understand there will be vacancy. Because immediately the 6 years elapsing, then that vacancy begin to be created automatically, because it is a definite contract. Definite contracts are contracts that are bound by duration. You don't have to. The other definite contract, there is no clause there that states that it is renewable. No, nothing like that is there. No, there is a definite contract. Definite contract is a contract that has duration. Let's say, for instance, if I told you, say, I will contract you for 3 months, right? After the 3 months, except I put in the contract whatever that one, that's why I even won't go into that one. I didn't put in the contract. I said after 3 months, you are only contracted for 3 months, right? After that 3 months, automatically it's terminated. I ain't got to read you letter again and say terminated. No, you already know the duration. But that the only area termination letter comes in are indefinite contracts. Indefinite contracts are those ones where you go, you're working with a company for time indefinite. This is it, and anytime they can terminate it or so forth, or you can send letter to say you want to resign or whatever. The only thing that can happen in that case is a definite contract. So we are in the definite contract with Joseph Boakai and his team, all these political actors. The moment 2029 is approaching, the vacancy is automatically being created. So they themselves will know that the vacancy is reverting to you. That offer is reverting to you. You now got to determine who you want to put there. Whether some of them will continue on the job, you'll renew their contract, or you will be able to give it out. Those are things that you think about. But you can sit down and then allow this person who is breaching this contract, and you say, look, I will not just employ you again, but the way you damaging my company, damage it. Continue to damage it. Do whatever you want to do with it. So let's understand now, my people. Let's put it in here in contract something. Like, I like for us to come to real basic understanding of these things. These are basic things that just happen, right? You have a business that you run it. You know that business is not run by yourself, but you're always giving it to people to run it on 3 months basis here and there. John Brown comes there. Paul came there. Paul decided to run the business from this level to this level. John Brown came there. He's taking it from where Paul left it and bringing it way down, and you're aligning it. Why would you want to align it? You terminate it. You can terminate the contract. Because there's a breach. He has a performance. He has to. And for the termination in this case, you're not paying a dime to any one of them when you terminate it. Right? Unlike other contractual relations. But for this one here, you're paying a dime. Because the Constitution states it, that you are there employing these people to work to your satisfaction or whatever it is. Any kind of way they ain't working there, you can move them from there. The Constitution even made it clear that any kind of way they're doing it, you got to wait for the time to finish. You can move them from there. You can alter. You can do whatever it is. The power is in you. You get your job. You give it to them. And for any reason that person is not doing your job the right way, or the person is doing it in a way that they're bringing the job way down and they're destroying your property or doing whatever it is, your company, you can move that person from there. You don't have to wait until the end of the duration of the contract you gave them. No, the Constitution gave you that. Or in some instances, maybe you don't want to move them from there, right? You don't want to terminate it. You don't want to, you don't want that. But equally so, you could tell them, say, but man, I'm giving you warning. You got to take some actions, which is very important. Those are just basic things. When you see the American people doing it and what they can do, though we get you says, yeah, but the way you're doing it, we're not like it. So we can't in the street to tell you, say, we're not like it. So December 17 is coming. These are some of the moments. When you see these kind of actions, these are some of the moments that people take just to tell them, say, I'm not satisfied the way you do my job. Though you guys says, yeah, I gave you 6 years, but I'm not satisfied with how you do my job. So I want to call your attention. I'm not saying you must move from there. I say I cancel the contract. No, I didn't say that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you will have to know that I am still alive and I don't want to stay on this company. Because you're taking all kind of decision and without consulting me or whatever it is, I will tell you someday, I will pause it. I will tell you that I'm in charge. It doesn't matter whether business will run that day. I don't want to know. Whether I will lose revenue that day. I don't want to know. But that day, I will tell you, say, look, in fact, your pause the whole station. There were times that I remember my own boss, Musa Ability. There were times that sometimes we were doing things at his station. He will have to establish his presence. Because the way we're doing things here and there, what they call it here and there, because of a station now, you got to establish a presence. So now you just going to order say your post and so program, the other person movement, just to establish, and of course, just to make himself known that he stay in charge. You got to take some action to know people that you are in charge. You got to tell people that you are in charge. You got to make them to know. Nobody tell you say you must remove government, no. But if you make Joseph Walker to just have his way, any kind of way he's doing it, you go to the judiciary, you go anywhere, they are there doing everything, just check, everything check out. Oh, then you sit down, you fold your hand, then you say you're waiting for a way. 6 years or maybe 2029 before, you know the level of damages that must have been done already before that time. So what if, you see how you can go backward? Now, what if the damage that they are doing is taking you backward about 10 years ago? So the other person you come to put there, they got to start from 10 years ago and come back, bring it back to the level before they start going. That's why the country does not develop. Because we allow people to take us back about 6 years ago. So they are taking it from we are lay progress 6 years. They are taking it back 6 years, entering into their unity party time. Another one again, if you aren't careful, they will take 18 years of backwardness. Now, how do you try your best to recover 18 years of backwardness? You can't. That's why when it is going backward, you tell them, say, stop right here. Enough is enough. When you hear that December 17, enough is enough, it means there's a stopping point. We can't let you go any further now. Because the other people that will come and get a job to want for them to start from the area that you're spoiling it from so that they can carry in from. And we say we move CDC from there. The place CDC stop because we're not satisfied with it. Though they did something, we stop them to that place. You have come to take it from where CDC left it, the Google ones, the Google things. Then you carry it in from. Then the Baba one that CDC were doing, you will now change it. Right? The Baba one that CDC were doing, you will change it. But the Google one they were doing, you're not supposed to touch it. You are supposed to add upon it. So if CDC did XYZ was good here, you just add up. You go in from. But if you can't now, the CDC one that you were doing, you check it. Then you get ready, you can't down. Even you're not even facing anything. What the hell says? Why are you still sitting down? Why are you still sitting here lying there to just work? So sometimes you ask yourself the question, how? But anyway, we are all Liberians and will continue to be Liberians. These are basic understandings about your civic duty. When you say you are a patriot, it's not about sitting back and folding your hands. It's about saying things. Being somebody who's taking action to protect your interest. And that interest is not personal interest. That interest is institutional interest. You don't have to sit somewhere and say, oh, now me will be able to get a government job there. Let me sit down. No. You can still go fight for your interest and then come and sit and watch your interest flow. Your interest is good governance. Your interest is the rule of law. Your interest is job creation. Your interest is better education. Your interest is better economy. Your interest is better agriculture program. All the interest then should be your interest. That's what it is. Because any of your family members can benefit from that. It doesn't necessarily have to be you. Because there are times that some of us, we are not able to work anymore. But just because of the way we deal with issues, those are our interests we talk about. Right? So you see, Joseph Walker left the country. He's gone now. Now, this country is just running on free flow now. Right? Anything Walker wants to do, he does it. He's not scared because nobody making him scared. Nobody telling him that they are here. Nobody. So as a result, anything he wants to do, he does it. Anytime Walker wants to do anything, he does it. During weird time, no. We are recognized that you people were here. That's why for every time he went out there, he say, "Ha, they tripped in the account years old. Hey, Carrasco, why you other put there? Well, man, we need to for hard to carry something back home." That is the fear you have for people, respect you have for people. That the way I count all the day that the people money are using, so you can't just go back to the people then with your empty hand like that. Fear. They say, fear the Lord your God. That fear can make you to stop yourself from being reckless. Right? George, we have fear for you people. George, we have respect for you people. Fear characterized by huge respect. That's why we have for you people. That why every invitation that came to him, he asked the question, what is inside? Because I don't want to go down there, then I come back, then I can't swinging my hand, coming like these like brand people that their money are using. Now my own money are using. I must have respect for them. I must fear them. That was weird for you. Nobody goes out there and just come back like that empty. No. And again, you be passing around and say, we are when UAE, he went again football, they carry the football academy, yeah, and when he brought football academy, and at the PHP part, at least something came home. Because these people must be able to see something. That is weird for you. Your leaders should have fear. Look, the man is your servant. He should have respect for you. Right? He should have respect for you. Bwaka does not fear you people. Look at how Bwaka was sitting down in front of a young man like that. With his leg cranked, hair in pocket. He doesn't have no respect, no fear. He doesn't even think that what he has is for these people that he's meeting. Sometimes you gotta be scared of these people. I don't know where the arrogance is coming from. Can you imagine that? So you have no fear at all. For you to say, they one man are in for me like this, the way I would treat him, that all the other Liberian people would think that they are respected and would treat them that way. But this tells you that Bwaka is not one of us. Bwaka said that thing from the onset of his presidency when he was going to Soniwin. Bwaka said they all Liberian people then, they just let begging business. They all Liberian people then, they just let begging business. Bwaka does not see himself like one of us. I believe that if it was a Sierra Leonean king or maybe a chief or whatever it is, Bwaka knows their Sierra Leone tradition. Bwaka knows how to respect people in Sierra Leone. You saw Bwaka in Sierra Leone? You saw how he was among his peers, humbled, despite becoming president. Bwaka was very much feeling humbled among his friends in Sierra Leone. When he went to a school, very much humbled, you saw that. Because he's brought up through that culture. He's culturally disciplined to that. So he knows it. He knows their culture. He knows their kind. When it comes to Liberia, Bwaka does not see us as anybody. We are not a step. So, you see, these things are just glaring that you can see it clearly. That what message do you want again? This is an error that when you see, George Weah is a different man. When you go into the homes of these people, in fact, some of who went to Sugar school or to school, wherever it is, some of these school that I went to, I think some of you understand that even they may say that Sugar school then we went to, but at least the people taught us a lot of things, right? For you to become a politician, you must learn to adopt sociological methodology in your dealings with people. Because the issue about sociologists, you know what they do? They have more interactions and relations to people and tied to people. So like in some of the courses that they talk about in when you go about community development, how do you develop a community if you don't associate with the people? You can't leave from town and you say you're going to the community people to go develop their community and then you carry mineral water. You must learn to drink what they drink and act with them, be with them. The only way they will accept you, right? So that is why even at the point that Joseph Bwaka is leading us, he just still believes that he doesn't want to act like us, live like us, be like us, so that we'll accept him. Bwaka believes that we have already accepted him in his arrogance. In fact, he has made it. He has faked it and made it. Bwaka faked it and made it. All along, you see him made a traditional male. They better get some respect. They better get respect for people. They better get integrity. They better this, that. And y'all see what we're talking about now. The man faked it. He pretended to you people for years. And when it took God to open the eyes of people to see who truly Bwaka was, that's why you see God did not bring people like us to be aligned with Bwaka for no reason. Because you don't get relationship with God. That people that all get relationship with God. Then that only God can pass through people. Like, some of you got to really think about your relationship with God. Because for God to not be able to show you what we saw. In fact, some of you pastors, for God to not be able to show you this, man, then people like us who are not even preaching or whatever it is, pastor, then, you know, I don't know. For God to have shown us who Bwaka is and started drawing a line between we and Bwaka, and you who say you get direct close relationship with God, you didn't see that, then there's a problem. Because everything that's happening now are the very reasons for which God decided to open our eyes to say, look, Abi, I will build your resistance against this woman, and I will tell you for sure, you may not have reason for now, but as time go on, the reasons will continue to unfold. And we are seeing the reasons today. So what more are you looking for? You see how Bwaka treated our young man? What it would take. In fact, I may be able to be sitting in my living room, right? I have my legs crossed over with my hands in pocket. I'm alone. The moment a stranger comes, or they say, oh, maybe somebody from the community has come to see you. Even once I decided to open a door for that person to come, the first thing that comes to mind is I'm about to give attention. How do I give attention? My demeanor, my body, posture, my conduct. So I now put my legs down. My leg now got to be up again. I now put it down. So I start repositioning myself, ready to accept that person. So let's agree Bwaka was as he was. And then this young man enters. Right? Traditionally, in fact, human decency. Let's need a whole thing about tradition business. Human decency dictates. Human decency dictates. Because when I talk about tradition, I will say, oh, yeah, there's a no. I don't want that. I am saying human decency dictates that at that point, the young man will come. While he's trying to do his stuff, you put your hand on his back, you tell him, say, please come sit down. Sit down right here, and then let's talk. You bring that man temporarily to a point of equilibrium. That's how you value him. Even God in heaven places it in the Bible that when you humble yourself, God does not leave you at that level of humility. He lifts you up. It's biblical. Why your pastor and go tell you that one? You're not a biblical. God himself who creates all of us. He said, when you humble yourself, God will lift you up. God does not leave you in that state. No, he lifts you up. He changes your position. And that's what God does all of the time. Right? So, even if you were to go and see an elder, especially for the first time or so forth, that elder will not see himself the demon God. Whatever you tell him, my son, wake up. Those are some of the traditions. You see elders passing, you go, you bow to them, whatever, wake up. Before you even talk, you can't remain bowing and talking to them. No. When you go greet an elder, you will bow, right? You bow the top of your back, then you have the conversation with them face front. That's why it is. So if Joseph Bwaka can behave like he's behaving, then you now know that something practically is wrong with that old man, because we are talking about human decency now and we're not talking about culture. Right? We are not discussing culture. We are talking about human decency. Any God in heaven, get out decency. Jesus Christ washed his disciples' feet. And he was a leader. So when you're to the other Baptist deacon from your go make him deacon, the man does not even understand biblical principles. He does not understand cultural principles. He does not understand human decency principles. So where does he really fit as a human? No wonder people will wonder and say that, look, now really something working in and a battery working in, because it only takes something that is not utterly human to behave the way Joseph Bwaka can be behaving. Right? Yeah. So sometimes you look at it, sometimes you want to ask yourself the question. Some of you may have jobs today because he's giving you a job, but you know deep down that Joseph Boga is not the right man. He doesn't treat people with respect. What he showed down there is glaring. It's very glaring about who really he is. So you can see it clearly. His own folks, their mouths are filled. But what do they say? Because they got jobs. But there's a tomorrow for all of us. One thing I know is the very thing I'm condemning today that I know are wrong, no matter who comes there, will continue to be wrong. That's why I'm very much careful in dealing with what I describe as wrong. Because it shouldn't be wrong today because Abuaga doing it. Then when Wheon comes there, the same thing happens. Then I tell you, say, no, it is right. I can't. I will never, ever defeat myself in that light. You seen that? That is what it is. And every one of us should be able to think about it now. Why is this old man behaving the way he's behaving? He's not behaving a himo anymore. So if he's not behaving a himo, then what's controlling him? What is controlling him? What is really controlling him? Because he's not behaving in a himo or whatever it is. No. What is controlling him? You can't see things not normal in this country anymore. Look at today in Painesville. The PCC and the police fighting. These are security people that work together all the time. The PCC security, that's civil security. The police, civil security. If they can clash among themselves, I don't know. In the public, bringing the security into public ridicule right there because there is no uniformity. There is no togetherness. There's no respect. There's no coordination. Because you have a president who doesn't care. So you see the country is running like no one is in charge. No one is in charge. I said, anybody want to blow, anybody go and blow anybody. Nothing will come from inside. The day police get ready, their EFL will join inside. Nothing will come from inside. What kind of behavior is this? We can portray better image out there for you to just see police and PCC fighting or police, EPS fighting or this, that. Something practically is not right. That thing was very disgraceful. And if you think this country, there are not some good things that are happening, there are some good things that are happening. And I will be blunt with that. But they are happening because it is God making it to happen. It is not intentional. Because in the wake of all these things that are happening to us, God will not let all of us to just suffer like that. But God will teach us lessons along the way. God says that indeed he will be in charge at some point. But he will teach you lesson and identify who is this. Then the other aspects, he will be in charge of it. God will not abandon us totally, but God is using teaching experiences to teach us a great deal of lesson. That's why you see God is in charge, because God knows that this country, there's no leader. So he can't abandon his own. No, there are times he will do things that the leader may take credit for, but he's not the one doing it, because God knows that he can't even do it. But there are things that God will allow that the leader must do to expose himself. And there are things that will happen. We must be prepared for that. And that's how it is happening. They are not intentional. No. They are not that he's doing it. No. So nobody will come to me and say, oh, everything is bad. No, there's not everything that is bad. No. So people may not understand some of these things that we talk all of the time. You say, oh, yeah, they won't happen here and then no. The way it's supposed to happen is not happening like that. It's like UAB or some of you out there, it's not that because you get food to eat. that the kind of food you eating that what you're supposed to eat. And because you get food to eat, then you say that somebody, no, it is God that providing little for you because you must survive. But in that survival, you must learn lesson that things you must have done that ought to have taken you up that you fail to do is what are keeping you way down. The level you are to is not where you ought to be. So when you look at it that way, then you allow complaints and say maybe that how God want to know. That's not. God is just trying to provide you that opportunity so that you will just live. But that is not where you ought to be. So you got to identify and know that, look, this one that God doing, it is God's own control. It's God's own intervention. It's God. Let me now apply some effort on top of what God is doing. Let God see me do something. Look, if you apply effort on top of what God is doing by himself, you will see yourself catapult to the highest of levels. That's why it's often said that work without faith without work is a dead thing. You can't just have faith because faith, God will make it to work, but you got to work towards it. Then you will now see the actual impact of that faith is embedded in what you do. That's what it said, work equal what? Full stand distance, right? Now, God said all of us should have faith, but there must be something done to perfect the faith. The perfection of that faith, it comes exactly from the point where you have taken some actions. Whatever we see happening here, whatever it is God. It's just by the grace of God, you and myself, we are living. It's not by the intentional work of Joseph Boakai. No. The one that Joseph Boakai is doing that the Bible one that you see here, so because that's how it is. And I always told you people that whether we like it or not, I don't know what lesson you're learning from what's going on now in this country. For me, I have a different lesson I'm learning. And I'm praying with you people to join us all to understand it. The only lesson I am learning every day from this is that we missed the mark in 2020. All the problems were being solved in 2020. Instead of us solving that problem, that was a classic opportunity that God used Wheon, because God knew that this time would have come. And because God knew this time would have come, God used Wheon to have averted this danger. The place we storm our toes, and I will tell you tonight, the place we storm our toes is not 2023, it's 2020. And I come and open your eyes to that tonight. The place you had to storm your toes is not 2023, it's 2020. And it was God's divine intervention. God used Wheon to say, look, to avert or to topple the evil that will unfold, the length of suffering to reduce it, that will befall these people in the future and going forward. Their length of suffering can be shortened. And I am sending you, Wheon, that despite what it is, you are going to take that decision. Two critical decisions George Wheon took that was selfless of a leader. The first critical decision that Wheon took, that which the IMF and everybody praising for, is the harmonization. No president who's very much unpopular will have taken that decision, harmonization. The next decision God took Wheon and told him to take to have averted us crying like this, all the noise here and there, it was to bring the referendum of cutting down on tenures. Look, God used Wheon that time to say, look, introduce this. The Liberians can stop the length, though they will suffer, but they can stop and cut the length of their sufferings if they go into this referendum and then they are able to vote to cut down the presidential term, to cut down the senatorial term, to cut down the representative term. It will be able to help them. Today, look at what's happening. You think if you are past that thing, 2020, the referendum, you see what we're going to be discussing now? Then by next year, by next year, what are we doing now? By next year, we are cutting 6 to 5, right? And in fact, now I even see it more necessary that we should even cut it to 4. Because if we were to bring it to 5, and you put it in the people in hey, that the way we don't put you in power, the time that you're there in a long election is coming again. You see what will start happening, development will happen. Because if ABJ took over, it doesn't pass 2 years, I hear about election again. I will be very careful. But the reason you see Boga then behaving the way they behaving, could you imagine Boga then telling you, say 7 salary will increase it because we still get more time. So we still get small more time. So because the small more time we get, will increase that salary. If you were to bring it to 4 years, Boga will come to respect 100 days deliverable. He know why they put 100 days deliverable in the presidential term there. He know why they put it there for. Boga will come to respect 100 days deliverables. Boga will come to respect 100 days deliverable. If we have brought it to 4 years or brought it to 5 years, the way our lawmaker then brought it to 4, but I know we as Liberians, when the Constitutional Review Committee was passing around, many Liberians wanted 4 years. But it was the lawmakers, because their greediness, they said they will be able to pass only 5 years, 7 years for the senators, 5 years for president and representative. But if we cut it down to 4, if you don't see development in the country, I don't call me AB. If we cut it down to 4, because yes, now, if it were to 4 years of Tanade Unity Party here, but election coming, you know what is going to happen for you? You think you're going to be suffering Tanade? That Unity Party will see election next door. Then they're not developing. Look, you know you're Liberian, you know you missed the mark, You know that is why no wonder we are suffering. No wonder you allow or day long because of his greediness to lead a campaign to give himself 9 years. That today he's doing nothing about. You pass around. I remember tell you saying, no educated, or they will educate you about causing non-presidential. I hear people talking here, the government not doing much education about it. I said, look at Liberian people. So you don't know what they call self. You think if somebody told you say fire coming, they will educate you to tell you say fire coming before you move from there. So let's understand the actors were not at once, right? So let's check among it. Let's agree you never want to dual citizenship. If there's anything that you did not, that you were rejected down there, it can't and it couldn't have been cutting down on presidential term. Liberian people, the people who have been breeding on your hair forever, the tendency, they gave you opportunity. We are saying you take action. Let us cut it down. You say, no, we're not calling down. You're not giving much time to understand it. So that you can, what kind of tea is that? Something is hurting you. Somebody walk up to you, say, oh, water coming, or this now. The floor is now thinking what they said. They say, oh, you give me much time to think about it. So the idea will stay right here at the floor. Could you imagine? What kind of logic was that? No wonder they say Liberia is the least country in terms of IQ in the whole West African sub-region. Just said to yourself that they don't teach you about it. I went out of forum. Barnabas Junction, I think Segu Madabe Bidete. Yeah, turning that. I think they invited me to a forum there. That Elisa and myself went. Elisa, she and myself went there. I want to go speak on the referendum issue. And they get it there. Then they say, you know, the government informed most of our boy. I said, look at a bunch of big people sitting down right here. They are saying the kind of thing that the government not informed. I said, let's agree that you even talking about, you confused about whether or not Joe we are one made some Joe we are one made some citizen of the country, right? So you confused about that. Joe we are one made some citizen of this country. That decision. Why you got to do with it? Throw that George we are some making president thing, put it one side. Grab that one that had to do with cutting down the law because whole day you're sitting down in the committee. I am from the disappointed. I don't know what I know I'm from what kind of district or whatever it is. All that crying, you've been crying on your leaders. The opportunity has come for you to call it down. Your suffering. Cut your suffering. Cut your pain. Reduce your suffering. Reduce your pain. You sat down there, you say, because it came from George Weah. You allowed Taylor there. Alexander Cummings, Joseph Walker there. Joseph Walker use you. Joseph Walker use you big time. And you now see yourself suffering. Cut down your pains and suffering. You say, no, I will not do it. Because you're not teaching me how to cut down my pain and suffering. So you're not teaching me about how to cut down my pain and suffering. Chief, cut this thing down. The Bible says it. That when your left hand get you hard time, cut it. Anytime you say, I will teach you how to cut it, cut it. Chief. And he said, no, you're not. The God said, not teach me how to cut it. So the idea, he will lead there. When are you feeling a pain? And are you feeling a pain? Let me tell you something, and watch out for this. There is the next campaign people like us will run in this country. And I will pray with President Weah and his entire cabinet or whoever going down there. Any lawmaker then account to you 2029 or whatever it is, put it into their ears and say, we will elect you, but we want you to know that are you prepared to cut down president? Ask them that question. Are you prepared? Because we Liberians who won that referendum attempt, but if that the only attempt that we won, let's forget about the other one there. Let's talk about the dual citizenship. Let the other. Only that single attempt we won. We are going to election in 2033. Yeah, we're going to election in 2033 because 2029, 2030, 2030, yeah, 2029, yeah, 2030, 31, 32, 30. 2033, we are going to election, right? We're going to May 10 election. Like 2033, we can pray and ask George Weah and talk to he and his team to say you reintroduce the referendum. The only attempt we want there, we as Liberians. 2029, ask them that. The only attempt we want there is to cut down the entire presidential thing to 4 years. If we can cut it down to 4 years and make it tenure and a term to 3 terms, no problem. Yeah. 3 terms, no problem. And I was being the same 12 years, and I say I want 12 years, no problem. So we can cut it down to 4 years and give the president 3 terms. Yeah? We cut it down to 4 years, gave the president 3 terms. Because maybe there's some kind of president who maybe want to develop our country and we don't want to gain 6. So send a good president, you want to develop our country, we'll give him 3 terms. So you will get the same 12 years. And what we'll give it for? So that the president will do more, no problem. But you will deserve that more. The way you do the more, the how we'll give it to you. So 4 years, then 3 terms. Is that okay? Representative, after 4 years, they go by again. They do well, they go by again. If you do that thing, if your district representative and I respect you in this country, don't call me AB. If you tell them that should be part of it and say, Mr. President, there is something we missed out on that you brought in 2020. We want you to reintroduce it in 2033. And of all that you put there, only that one thing, Mr. President. And we will not get anything to lose because we are going for his last term now. Yeah, he ain't get nothing to lose. Already we are 10 and go. You are not getting nothing to lose at that kind of time. It will be easy. You just tell them, say, Mr. We suffer too much on Joseph Walker. We suffer too much to wait. Somebody wait, then they are very useless, Mr. President. I beg you. We suffer. We suffer for all to wait? No. They wait here too much. We're not able to wait. Could you imagine? We having a speaker who just went, jump in a place there, what they call today. Rachel Coe telling journalists that you will jail them. Any kind of way, what they call. You just wake up, you take it from your mouth as speaker that you will just jail people like that, capricious and arbitrarily. You just grab people and want to be putting people in jail. The way you lie on people at the legislature and so forth. What kind of country we are in so that kind of wait? Who said, Mr. President, the wait was too much. The wait was useless. It was not necessary at all. So please, Mr. President, we want you. We don't want constitutional review something. It's already there. We just want for you to come back on the floor again at the legislature. Let them pass on it. Then you get few lawmakers that you tell them, say, this is what it is. You should do. And I know we are not being greedy, like any other lawmaker then that may be there, because some of them will be greedy. The moment you get in, they say here, they say, we're not going to call that thing down. They will say, we don't want to call it down. But let them call it down so that all of us will not get enough time to be waiting for them, and they will work because they don't have time in their favor. The same way will not wait for them for long, they will not get time in their favor. So you pray, and I want for you to make it the CDC Senate. I mean, through election, now the way they hijack it, the CDC Senate, the CDC lower house, then the CDC speaker. Then you say 4 years. Yeah, President, we are bringing that thing back. That one Monday you're going to give to President, we are intending to say, please introduce it, reintroduce it. It is there already. We don't need any review anywhere. It is there already, Mr. President. The way too much because yeah, you hear, Mr. President, you coming to leave. Because after your 6 years, constitutionally, you have said your 2 terms, you come in leave. We come in leave the hand of these people, then we can't get in 6 years. You see how Burger suffer us? You start thinking. Every focus you are putting to 2029, start having an agenda to take to 2029. 2029 should not come for these politicians to determine and give you their agenda. You must start crafting your agenda now. Look at how Joseph Boakai then governing this country and start carving your agenda from there and say, you see, the other one are happy. Don't just 2029 coming, 2029 coming. Don't just wait for 2029 when it comes, then you jump there. No. Start carving your own agenda that you want for 2029 because you have gone through a lot of experiences already. And you are still experiencing more. So you will be able to go into 2029 with an agenda that you tell and say, look, you lawmaker, we waited for useless 6 years on Joseph Boakai. And I think it's now necessary for us to have a referendum to cut the presidential term. The tenure positions, right? And a 6 years tenure. Now, so tenure position holders, we can what they call it, but talk about presidential tenure, we can get it down straight. Just start having no agendas. It's very much important. Why are you taking to 2029? Is the yes, we'll vote, we are back, we are coming back. That shouldn't be the only agenda because you don't want that after we are, you still suffer. You got to start making plans. Say we are after you, Liberia must exist. And we must now take our country in our own hands. And the only way the people that will respect us is that they get short time at the time. Then you can see somebody arguing, where we'll be taking money from to have election. Okay, so where we taking money from to waste on you for your useless 6 years, 9 years? Your useless 6 years, 9 years. Where we taking money from to continue that we can find us money to rather go to election and get development out of it? We rather change you after 4 years, which of course will make you more productive and make you serious because you want re-election, because the time short, you want re-election, you will work. But the time too long, that's why you are that's a dassica. So the same place we took money from to give it to DeLong for 9 years uselessly, that the same place we'll take money from now to put it in election for after 4 years. The idea development will come, and when development comes, money will come. And when we get the money, we can have election. America and how they managing, Ghana and how they managing. You see how the people economy are growing. You know why it's growing like that? Because there's no president who have time. Look at how Mahama went to a program here in Joseph Boakai. He fighting on what you will carry back to Ghana because 4 years is not enough. Joseph Boakai saying, "Get all 6 years. Why don't you go later in hotel, later in motel, or wherever you go later on the idea, you still get time in a favor." So the way Mahama then will engage the governance, the way want to go for international travels, how they will see it necessary. It is not how Joseph Boakai will see it. Because Joseph Boakai gets 6, Mahama get 4. You can see the difference? Why you think these people are working overtime? Because there's no time. And Mahama is not just working for himself. He's working for an institution. So even the people in the institution who are ministers and things and working, you will see them all day looking for something to do because it's not long. So Mahama only got 4 years. He got to hit the ground running. He got to start working. He got to start doing this. Blah, blah, blah. All the kind of things. Joseph Boakai gets 6 years. So you expect Joseph Boakai to take international travel seriously as compared to Mahama? Mahama who just get 4 years, anytime from now, he will soon be hearing about election by next year. Then Joseph Boakai not hearing about election now. He stay relaxed. So you expect for Joseph Boakai to perform? I beg you, yeah. You better go find play, right? Let us stop this thing here, but think, why are you going to 2029 with? You don't be like these Unity Party people who are surrounded and say, we just want for we have to move. We just want for we have to move. Could you imagine Unity Party posted in a holiday that 12 years with there for useless 12 years? They're not even even thinking about quantitative. They're not even thinking about qualitative 12 years. They are thinking about quantitative, useless 12 years. Not quality 12 years, but useless 12 years because they don't care. Let's start thinking. Sometimes the focus of the politics is not about just blaming people, but how you can start solving the problem. You should start putting on that mentality. How to solve the problem. The weight is too much. When President Wheon comes back constitutionally, I can't guarantee you that President Wheon will go beyond the time that he's about to take over power in 2029. So start setting the agenda for yourself. Say, Mr. President, you are the only good president we have had in this country. And the only way we'll get our country in our hand to make people serious, except we made it 10 short. Because the moment we make it short, they will be serious. Because in no time, we'll move them from there. And we'll move them. That one is better. Right? So let's start thinking about that, yeah? And congratulations to Chelsea. So far, they say they're leading Barcelona 2-0. So I'm enjoying the score. And I hope, Bobby, I hope you that true you're talking here so because me I'll let you be happy all over. So let's get to the lines and interact with you, our callers here tonight. I just thought to enlighten you on all of these things, the suffering you are going through. How do you intend to go out of it? How do you intend to put it behind you 2029? Instead of just sitting there and talking about 2029, look at how Joseph Walker and his people working and think about 2029. What are you taking to 2029? What agenda are you taking to 2029? What is it you want in 2029? Who are those you want in 2029 to champion those agendas that you have set for yourself? You got to start thinking about that. Let's get to the lines and interact with you, our callers right here tonight. So let's get on. The first caller we get to quickly. Yeah, let's get on. Hello?
Yeah. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Okay, my name is Nathaniel. You were calling from Pinville, Juba.
Okay.
My daughter always saying your uncle and or we are a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for me, I'm not pastor. I'm a social.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you are saying is true. I've been following you.
Thank you.
I've been following you. Through the God can speak through you. Because the book of Revelation has been open. It was sealed in God's hand 2,000 years ago, but the seal has been broken. So everything, those are reading the Bible. Who are you according to the Bible? According to Revelation, you will know exactly what God says. The secret of the kingdom of heaven is right in the book of Revelation, but people don't know. Everything on the radio station is saying that through day God giving you. No demon from place of hell who can hear you.
Amen.
Whosoever that play anything against you, the wrath of God will fall on them.
Amen.
I pray that God will direct you.
Amen.
For me, I'm not pastor. I'm not prophet.
I trust.
I'm a soldier.
Amen.
If you want to know where I'm coming from, Revelation chapter 7, verse 5, Revelation 14, the 144,000 that God has sent me here. I'm brave to talk to anybody. I ask God for the platform. Those that all the call them the council of churches. Go there with them. It's a warning. It's a warning. Because the beast, the seven head beast, and the seven head beast sitting in the mansion.
Wow.
For me, I'm not afraid of nothing. The seven head beast that is sitting in the mansion. Because God is angry with the nation. I'm speaking on the throne of God.
I know.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. He said, in the last day there will be a mountain will be established. All nations will go to that mountain. Will be higher than all mountains. Read it. The mountain have been established. The book of Revelation is the seventh seal have been broken. So now God is speaking. Can't wait time the people that you say God is churches and council of churches will love on the face of the earth. Because of the beast the Bible refers to in the book of Revelation. These are the beasts. These are the beasts. They have no conscience. Nothing. They just reading the Bible for reading the sake. That's not at all. I'm a soldier. I live right to Pinville, Joba.
Thank you.
Anyone want to see me for the book of Revelation, chapter 14.
You
will see me the 144,000 with great multitude.
Okay.
That's the place I'm coming from.
All right, thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. Amen. Thank you. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah.
Baby, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, boss.
By the way of introduction, my name is Prince Duty. Commonly called Running Stars from joking.
Okay, Running Stars from joking.
When we talk about the referendum in this country, they put up was joking. But now, like Repo, you see, when roofing crocodile fraud, if the fire can burn, one person finger can burn.
You mean crocodile fraud?
Crocodile fraud. It not be like both of when you that money your finger can burn. But what can I tell you, Eddie? Like Repo, we are seeing it now. When we are talking about referendum, 4 years, they thought that was bad thing, but now from this other wicked government, we are going to take referendum. They now wanted, they will take it. Thank you.
I trust that. Thank you so much. Their eyes are now opening. I just want to open it further. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good evening, TAB.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother. This is the official spokesperson for the Liberian Server movement. I joined from Carwell. Maybe there's a teaching movement to know all I was saying that I think everybody that listen to the radio on the line, they sat down and listen to the Kenny. And all that you said is true. Maybe what bothers me is that during the referendum, you were standing in the line, they put line in four good. And when you say life, how much information you want to do something good for yourself? And not for nobody. Now they're in food and running it. But maybe like what you say is true. Lawmaker, those who want to be, I got lawmaker. You sign people. That when you go there, you call a year down here. Maybe the one to know other is that the 45,000 car that we're giving you will get it for that 6 year or 4 year. What you go for?
No, that one can go in the constitution.
Maybe that's what we'll do.
Why you put that one in the constitution now?
Yeah, maybe. If we won't go on the street and destroy things. No, but we won't give you a job. We give you a job. We are your employer. We employ you. So my man, that employer will employ you. The 4 year, the 45,000 you will carry out for you. How many times person against that?
Oh, okay. The other one, you can sit down with a lawmaker and say you can call that one down too. Yeah, you can put that one there, but it's not going for referendum now.
We'll sit down with them.
Yeah.
So we will sit down with them and say, hey, this country is not going nowhere, and we are going beyond. Thank you so much, my brother.
All right, you most welcome. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm fine. Go on.
Yeah. You know, something when you maybe I want to tell a person we have to stay away from that drug. A very serious no. On a very serious over there. The guys, our own people, our own people, our own CDC people, they agree with the wicked people. They say, yeah, there was no understanding. Some are fraud. They say, can you imagine? You don't know what the cost is here? He said, I think there's no much education on it. What kind of education you wanted? Went to the Renaissance town. They said, I'll tell you, the election for the Renaissance, you got to go stay in the land to vote for the wicked people under the rain. So let the river flow, you can't cross it. The man said that I bring it down to the grass. You see that different people say they never get any education. Hey, man, when you want to job, we are so you want to minister to Liberia. We are, one alone, basically, we're going for referendum to bring dual citizenship, my people. They ought to be brought to night. It's hitting me until I want to do something to somebody.
I know.
Thank you.
I know. Certainly. I don't know what will Liberian people thinking at the time.
Hello, everyone. Wheon.
Yeah, how you doing?
Thank you for the program this evening. Oh, man, this is Peter Callan calling from Township of West Point tonight.
Okay, Peter.
Look, oh man, when all of the president, we all love the country. But we the Liberian people don't love ourselves. Well, all the men say it can't pass. But now, we'll tell you to bring that, you bring it back. You will not leave it behind.
Hey, my brother, you slip off. Sorry about that. Let me get on to the next caller, the female lines now, and then subsequently we'll get to the WhatsApp line. But let me get on to the female line right here tonight on this dial, and I think for sure. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Eddie.
Yeah.
My name is Ma Alice. I call you from District 2.
Okay. Okay, Ma Alice.
Eddie, I thank you again on your line today. Tonight. Eddie, I'm sick, Eddie. I'm sick.
Wow.
I didn't want to the station for it. The Israel tell me up for nothing. I think by that you come.
So Israel, what did Israel say? What's your name again?
in fact, the woman I want to see me, you want to
Israel?
I want to put them on, eh? I think maybe I need help.
Yeah, so like I said, you said Israel knows your name, and you say he took you up, and whatever he did.
Yeah, I went there. Someone check me.
Okay. So I will subsequently make follow up with Israel on that encounter, please. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, and I wish you speedy recovery as well. What are you doing?
God said, "Well,
yeah, man.
Papa, let's go."
The
first one I said, "Oh, the first one I said, no, they bring God gave you what you said. It's yes, they are coming to pass right now. You already show faith. Why you let people that coming? If you're not many people to go one side, and we have to lead it for 12 years. Calamity will fall, and the pastor has said it. The men of God said it to us. There will be a calamity in the country, over eventually war.
You're right.
So they show you famous song. You know, so when you're talking, they play a vaccine. They forget listening to a vaccine. They must talk because they well. We beg you. Now they pay your school fee. They say if you want to behind the house, and what they want to see come on high. That the people. What's the way? I beg you. They will be like a story. There's no boy want to see come on. If I went there, you learn nothing. But today you are beating setting up. But yes, they get ticket in. Because the mind they keep in this country. We'll lose the election. There will be a calamity and today show face. The music will there's the devil in the country. The devil show face to our country. There's a dark cloud over us, baby. The cloud over us is dark. People are seeing the vision over and over. My brother said he saw himself walking blood. My big brother is a pastor. He said I saw himself walking in the blood was chasing on Joseph Walker. He told me, give me the first time he told me, hey. He said, let's keep over here, pray. They'll call saying it's coming. There will be a bloodshed. In this election, I'm coming 2029. So, like, the next state one was me. That made your bro. You also election going to Joseph Walker. You are in the country. Everybody is crying in the country. If you don't say what my heart, it can't get food. It's like Joseph Walker. Why you have like Joseph Walker? They will come. He said, "Oh, Joseph Walker." When the country is very tough. No one for to come in and come in and say, "Oh, my see what they want." And that is it. The country tough. The Bible yesterday, here in the field, what they tell me now. Tell me now how to in the back country, in the family. We're talking the purpose. They won't fire you, they won't be you. Look at the one there, you are empty. I can't for the one who walk in. And the thing you see me, that oh no, who will speak out, say what is wrong with it? We see the picture of our worker. What can we all say? What is that for? So now we get people say, we say that people today, we get provide job for them. Oh, you still in Liberty. You say that we are get job to get your job. They'll go for us. They'll push you go everywhere. So they tell you for say you food. They may for that get a job. You go government. Look, Ebi. Let me put it say, don't tell you will tell you say. Don't tell you say. Let's go a couple of very cool there. The book now will force. Go forward there. Go for the most there. He told us it's short for people. But then you have to try and say, oh, our popo is dead. But let's go like that 2 years. See what happened to February? What happened to February? 2 years. And now we want to be people and we don't say these people. What happened to the February? Here we're country. That want to see CAB and bring it to try and invest that money. To come bring that money. When you see it, just say, all of them, okay? All of them, okay? Not just the system, nobody's okay. When you get your result, say, be wrong. The other thing that's why I say, I'm not for you. Let's go. You want to play with the justice system and delay the case? Maybe we'll see it, yeah? We are saying, but you're so delay for power. Is that what people are not yet to? So they will say, no, they watch you or they watch that. You're busy wapping. So they get well far closer today. But the process yet, you really get it well too. So make it follow him. We said, but I said, don't do it. Just for us. Then they want life, walk about 4 times. They want life for you. And my friend was against it. God is really a bit of vote. Now, party we have it. So what's saying the rate of vote? Our party said, so you let them 4 years, every year now. Now, party is so young. Let's say you're not mocking us. Let's say, let's say, You want to come, go for it. Let us tell yourself today.
Thank you, Mama Sisi. I appreciate. I can sense it. We all feeling the pinch, and quite terrible for all of us. Hello, how are you doing? Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Teacher Light.
Yeah.
It's true. You know, I'm going to be paying Fishy Mariani Water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right. Let's come back to the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we the Liberian people, we are very, very, I don't know, we are very deceitful to ourselves because the referendum to cut down the president tenure and the lawmakers down to the senator. You see, people consider it to be bad, especially if they were just deceiving the people, telling them the lies, were not the real interest of our Indian things, we're not looking at it. So, what's the education that you want? From rainy season to dry season, they carry the election from rainy season to dry season. Is that need education? That need education? What's the education that this need? And one thing I want to know for you again, because this is a constitutional issue, that is the tenure of the president.
Mm-hmm.
So the way Georgia had break in,
mm-hmm.
he left for 6 years, the first 6 years, and he did not win for the second term.
Uh-huh.
Another person came in, brother came in, that we're suffering honor today. So I don't know whether if Georgia has to win and he will win this coming 2029, will it be only one? Or the Senate will go for another 2 terms?
Yes, so
that's my question.
This constitution did not say no president shall go more than 2 consecutive terms. And what the constitution did not give, you can't take it. So they just say nobody is going to go more than 2 terms. So
okay.
We'll read the guy constitutional lawyer, then will deal with that one. But let's read it here first.
Okay, thank you.
But don't put your hat on it. Yeah, just leave it hanging. Don't put your hat on it. All right, and how are you doing?
Hey, because how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thank you very much. This is your brother. Come on, no, as
Neymar Siliki. That's the for you, my brother.
You see the problem in this country. I can't very understand the UPix. Maybe can you imagine to say what in our Kubusha and always will go down. If I'm a host because of TDC business.
Okay.
Maybe we'll go in our Kubu to the guy brought a topic saying that Polo don't have private jet. I said, Polo have private jet? I said, are you sure Polo don't have private jet? He said yes. But they're good. If Polo don't have private jet, don't put in your own shoes. Joseph Barker's son was having private jet. He said that president's son. You see the kind of thing they put in this country? Everything should be in that favor. Everything is going to be in that favor. Maybe can you imagine that a lot of schools put children out for school fee? They're not about those things there. Well, Hissy Kabu, I mean, I thought what kind of Kabu calling on radio on a talk show saying that the government making everything getting better, everything is stable. Can you imagine yesterday when I lived in Morrissey Farm? They had a meeting on Monday, Sunday, they called, they start showing government hand out what government has done. I said, where? They said, even in Niba County. I said, what about Niba? They got set for local to Buddha to come complete. I said, what happened there? They said, the government has collected blessing. Say, Jova left for power, 2023, 2023, yes. Say, Jova hang that on, no, I really catch it. What are you lying for? Eddie, my brother tell we're sedition. Let us stay on our ground and argue all the opposition political parties to come together. Don't kind of play with cheat election in this country. They have a lot of doing this for cheat election. So the opposition political parties should come together.
Okay.
They want to tackle it.
All right, Neymar Siddiqui. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Teacher Light.
Boss, how's everything? I'm good.
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing fine. Thank God for life.
Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher Light, my name is Victor P. Cabo, Commander New Sergeant Plea.
Okay, Sergeant Plea. Let's hear from you, boss.
Eddie, I did heard you saying that this government doing some good things, but we don't know.
But I want you to please educate me what are some of the good things that the government doing that we, the Liberian people, need to know.
That me more tissue, eh?
Oh, maybe you just said it, so I'm a little bit confused. Maybe there are other things that are happening behind the scene
when I said,
that we are not seeing.
No, when I said, okay, no, listen, now, I said there are some good things happening, and now the government doing it. So I didn't say the government doing good things. I never told you that. I said there are some good things happening.
Maybe
They are not
I
intentional on the part of the government. Yeah, they are not intentional on the part of the government. It's just God that decided that at least we can't just keep suffering like that holistically, everything, no. So he has to make his intervention. That's what I said.
Okay, I got it clear. But you know, Abi, you also talk about the labor ministry. You know, the labor ministry and the comment ministry, they are the two ministries of the Republic of Nigeria. They don't care for the citizens of the Republic of Nigeria.
Sergeant, why play a talk about labor ministry here tonight?
I heard you talking something about labor. I don't know, but I heard you say something about labor, but I don't know.
Sergeant,
but if you don't say anything about labor,
Sergeant,
but I'm trying to tell you that
no, Sergeant, you don't go the way I didn't go, Sergeant. When you just jump on the show, it's not about what's on your mind. We are discussing specific issues, so you got to stick to it. If I didn't talk about labor issues, leave it. You're not supposed to talk about it. Because when I'm the same thing that at least I will have had here. Then we can't talk about labor matter. Don't be jumping like that. If you just joining the show because they're from beating, I don't know the beating Barcelona or something, you just jump on the video club, you can't jump.
It doesn't matter, but you know, Eddie.
Why you just jump on the video club, you can't, then you can say labor people than that.
No, the people not correct, Eddie.
Okay, we'll discuss that one. Maybe you're not ready yet. Thank you so much, sir. You please face the issue, my brother. And there are specific issues that we'll talk about, and that is what it is. And what are you doing?
Yeah, hello, Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie, thank you for the question. Eddie, this is how they use come here.
Okay. All right.
Eddie, what you are saying, there are people in this country who are far-sighted, who can, when they lie down, they think about the good of this country. But Eddie, there are some people in this country, they are connected to the demonic world. When somebody come out with something good to benefit Liberia, because they are connected to the demonic world, they will come out with deceptive statements to deceive people.
Wow.
You see? Those kind of people, some of them, they are in the order of Senate. Number one is Dawa Dillon. Those guys, they are connected to the demonic world, they can deceive Liberia. When somebody come out with something good that will benefit, that will release Liberia from our suffering, they kind of blind the eyes of Liberia and say, no, that person that lie, not do this. So that they can benefit from that deception. That man is benefiting from deception today. Okay? Let me tell you, when God sent Moses to free the people from Egypt, when God told the people, did they ask God? Did they ask Moses that we not get education to go?
No.
We are not,
They just follow.
They just follow. They say, go and tell my people to go. Why did they not ask Moses? No, we are not there educated. They did not teach us. We can't go. Because they knew that was an instruction, that was a devotion that would benefit them. For this country, when somebody come up with something good, they always oppose it because they are connected to the demonic world. That what you see the government, there will be nothing good for the country to benefit under the 6-year period. Thank you very much.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. Hello, how you doing?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how you doing, Chief?
Thank you, Ebi. Ebi, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I come from a Popo Down Coast Hill, Western community. Ebi, thank you very much. Ebi, you are 100% correct. Everything that we find ourselves in today started from 2020. That's true. Because the issue that had to do with the
referendum.
The referendum was very clear. But yet, the Liberians and the quote unquote disenchanted citizen at the time allowed the law to use them. And the most disgusting part about it is what the law is doing to them today. The law is looking in their faces, telling them that he will only give job to unity liberty
partisan, yeah.
So where are they today? Those of them who took the law and put it on their head and carrying it around, this internal citizen, and put it on Georgia this. Where are you people today? It is where we find ourselves. The mistake and where we find ourselves today started in 2020. I said, some of our brothers were brave. They're talking about if there is no education. Referendum started doing, but I didn't very loud.
Yeah, they're thinking for the counties. They're thinking for the counties before he went out and he said no education ever.
But because of the hate, maybe they will find ourselves today. But thank you for always coming to remind us. We are serving a reminder. We know going forward, we'll learn it and learn it the hard way. 2029, we pray that President we are winning the ball forces so they can take decisions to change the direction of our country. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, my brother. Thank you. And I appreciate you guys so much. 12 more minutes. We've got to go. El, what are you doing? Hello.
Hello, Evie.
Yeah, how are you doing, mommy?
Yeah, I'm where I'm calling for conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, Evie, first let me say thanks for the conversation this evening. Even my very self, I've been wondering why is Mr. Blanca traveling all the time, saving thousands of graduate money. I think it's just better that he stay in the country and they use the money for themselves. Because he's traveling around and breaking nothing. He went to high quality African country, he went to Western world. I mean, just everywhere.
He still get more time. He still get more time. Maybe that last minute of time now, he will be helping you. He still get more time. You're getting plenty of time now. Says he had a plenty of time.
It is actually frustrating to say when you're Christian or being good, you will steal from the east. All right? Every person that comes to power, your first traveling around the world should show that you have that.
A serious man that people can do that one.
It is. Yeah. Is that what we see as our president around the world? I mean, it's very, very unfortunate. Yeah, we expect that so much from Waka because of for so many years experience I have. But this time around, for stripping, the only thing we are seeing right now is him behaving as a master. Setting a country less, put the hands in your pocket, and then somebody is kneeling on the ground talking to him.
You're right.
It's unfortunate. The man who they claim that he is cold, he is this, down to earth. Is that how he's going to present himself to the citizen? The people have made him to be who he is today? I mean, it's government. I think they're ready to enrich themselves, and that is just what they are doing. Nothing they are doing to benefit like red people. Thank you, Evie.
Thanks, ma'am, for your contribution. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Hello, how are you doing?
Good evening, Evie.
Good evening. Let's listen to you, boss.
Thank you, Evie, for having me on your platform. I'm CRC Emmanuel Superchino of the Interlegislative District 14. And I want to say good evening to my friend following your show. Not Evie, I must appreciate you every evening we spend our platform home to you, to listen to you. You start our evening long. Because if we just focus our mind on this government, I swear some people will develop depression. But then, if in high school coming up, we used to do certain question calls. Who said these words? And I quote, and if you think it rules, I'll think that really better you. This is who was sitting front and use, words and was telling them because can you imagine if speaker was sit in front of them and start to threaten journalists?
Yeah.
I wonder what is wrong with Richard Combs. Because if your friend just said when this guy was just ordinary lawmaker, he used to be a good person. I don't know if he's influenced so much with power or it's just because Mr. Walker is a complete, it has a reason why. And in fact, there's no more. I do this is people who used to be good. They are tending to be bad. What's the president we are? You just are going to dismiss for being rude. On this president, we see everyone. There was a whole lot of abuses. The deputy minister of information wants to just come and take so this is the reason why I see more official like the guy who at the city who enjoy Louis how they call it not Louis Brown but the one from the University of Liberia, I'm just forgetting his name. If the that's why I call it all is issue on him. campaigning. And now his lady is still campaigning so that President now giving a job as a federal minister in Africa. We want to call for me, person as a person, I don't want to focus on politics tonight because Mr. Bunker has 6 years. This 6 years out of my age is a whole serious time. Mr. Bunker needs to go accountable for every reason he's receiving. My little salary, that's a tax that's got to do with Mr. Bunker. He cannot be traveling freely and bringing back nothing. So come down where we will take the president Mr. Bunker. We have to leave the executive master and think to our situation. Thank you for putting your time.
All right, thanks so much. And we think for sure. So let me say congratulations to Chelsea for living up to the era of Didier Drogba. Then when they used to beat Barcelona, Lina Morris said, "Why you let Barcelona win?" So sorry. Hello, how you doing? Okay. Chelsea, why I go Barcelona for? Lina, sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello, bro, Heavy.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, my name is Sanchi Kazuru, and I call you from Loba, Kolang District.
Okay.
Thank you for your show tonight. And you know what happening now to the government, all the employer of the government, they see also in FOIA?
No.
Now they get certain weapons that is relaxing in the government hand for the teacher then those are working when they also are working in Loba because now 3 months can pass before they pay for 1 month and no teacher said pay for you to go on and say government not paying me.
Oh,
and they are sweating in their coat when they go to the school. But when they come outside, they're not able to say anything because
you say what? When they go to the school, they can be sweating in their coat. That coat suit they can wear to go to school.
But why I would say that because other people can wear their own coat suit they go teach, but now they are not paying their on time and you're not able to talk because you will be sweating in general the total now and go AB.
Oh yeah, and you can't talk anything.
Yeah.
So that info they're doing that one all over Lofa County.
All over in that number they feel that in number in district Naka one way district that they get 3 schools there. They shut down because they say they're not taking pay and but for your own west, my brother, for your own is very very west because you know what made they can't talk because they voting the ticket that to say that Joseph Bakai for them and the little country they are suffering more than other countries then. They will be bold to tell you.
You mean Nima and Lofa? You mean Nima and Lofa suffering more than other counties?
The 2 countries they are suffering and they're not able to talk because they vote, they go against President Wheon, and they're not achieving anything that is, they are saying, the government can't come to do for them. Nothing, my brother. 3 months can pass before they pay for 1 month, and then 1 month they can pay you in Liberty, $75 in the office, then they give you higher rate, the other $75, they'll give you higher rate in the office, and when you come outside, the rate they can try to cut down their salary on you to themselves. They government, my brother. They government can't come.
But the 4-year teacher then should be happy because they get new bidding down there already. For Joseph got new bidding there for them. And
when if to say I will tell the story of the bidding, the person that bidding there, but if you would never believe it. The whole place there, why the president burying in FOIA, and I said they say, I go there, you can power the place before you go to Tomovara, you can power Tomovara compound before you go there. My brother, it owned by Joseph Baka's nephew, because the man was not having here, and they play half shot behind it, the man not having here, Joseph Baka's nephew sold up to him, Joseph Baka. Joseph Baka not get one property here, bro, AB, he go to Joseph Baka. When you say permanent property, that Joseph Baka clearly beside one play, what is still our money, they can't become as I'm a soil. The matter player when you take it, they can't they pay that place. Even though they're working there, that only few like brand, well, I definitely put them working to that place, my brother. So I put that benefit anything from that there besides Joseph Baka and your family. That land is not owned by government. They pay what Joseph Baka pay that place because any government content is sort of be on government there, right?
Yeah.
But this project is not they're not paying that whole estate in government, and they paying it on Joseph Brothers private land. Let me be bold to tell you, and now they almost 8 months in Lova for us. With region now, you can't show faith too much because if we are risky, and when you can't, you got to go among some people, especially the Gizi. When you go among them, they just see that the whole government for them, and they are suffering more than us.
So how is this Thomas Fala collaborate with them? Is it helping? Because Thomas Fala was the only reason CDC had faced there, but since he left the CDC now, I think you people are in weird too. How does the CDC resurrect there? Hello? Wow, this guy was giving me some updates from Foya, and I was really enjoying it. Okay. Yeah, these are the kind of updates we like. Anyway, Mr. Boka, Bill on your nephew property. We'll take that property from you. Hello, how you doing?
I'm happy.
Yeah, my better. Let's hear from you.
Oh, Obi, thank you. Oh, it is now you will make our question just really. The show about the East and about the particular people who come in, they are coming. You made that the hour open.
You're right.
We telling our children that I want to listen. Some of them is trying and they're not going to school now. They said, I want to listen. We begging you. That's what we want. I say, and that's true. You are coming to call the salary or you bring up fire. You say, Pastor, when I get a copy, I will begging your post in the fire. So I want to get see there. Thank you, Ona Tika. Well, it is right. You can do that right. You put it outside. Thank you, God bless you.
Thank you, Mama.
That's God bless you. That one when you on the show will not cause or I will get to it. Thank you, Papa. So now, all I see that was okay. Go for beer. Today, everybody feeling it now. Today we feel it. Thank you, Ona. That God bless you. Una, you was in South today.
I know.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mommy. We appreciate it. And folks, this is all the time we've got tonight. Sometimes some of these things are just for enlightenment purpose, so that you know exactly what it is that you must have missed out on. The opportunity will come again. You'll be able to see it for yourself. We had always meant everything for good. Every decision we have made is for the future. Because that's what leadership is all about, vision. Whatever you do today, people may not feel what it means today, as tomorrow they will feel it. Ebola or Corona had not come to this country when we was dedicating or facing the 14 military hospital. It didn't take time. Corona came. And 14 military hospital was the largest hospital that contained coronavirus in this country. There is no development that we does not do with the future attached to it. Even the proposals that we will always make, there's a future attached. The day you are close to and you're getting close to somebody and tell you say that person that you're getting around, you trust that person, start thinking that God speaking through himself. When raises issues, it is God that's speaking through him. There's nothing does that God is not able to tell you that it has future implications. The referendum was an opportunity for us to have aborted all these things then that Joseph Boaka then doing today. We missed out on it then in 2020. But the opportunity will come again because God knows us. God knows our hearts. And God is always with us. Thanks to all of you for the time. And congratulations to Chelsea for beating Barcelona without plenty goals to 0. I don't know how they will overturn it, but it's difficult for them. Sorry to you, Linda. Yeah, we go beat our team Barcelona. I don't like it like that. I don't know why Chelsea will beat our team like that. We're feeling so bad tonight. But anyway, whichever way it goes, we are certainly always getting there together. Do have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.